so much fun.
Yeah.
And the most fun part was getting in alignment to get up here. And
that's the most fun part of life.
Yes.
Life will show you what you want, but then it takes some focus to get in alignment with what you want. And then the satisfaction on steroids as you get to witness all things lining up to give you what you want. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so wonderful because the relaxing that it took is the phase of alignment I'm in now. From my coaching, I'm a creative alignment coach. And so I coach people how to be in alignment, but I have to be in alignment first. And in my own creative practice is exactly how I got up here. So drawing art is how I was able to relax enough to get in alignment.
It's a little bit of a variable, isn't it? Because everything's moving. Esther and a friend put a new handle on a door, and everything in it was wiggling around. And Esther kept thinking, we should just call somebody who really knows how to do this. And her friend is saying, no, we can do this. But everything was moving around on both sides of the door, moving around. And nothing would stop moving enough to figure out what was going on. And so Esther said, well, let's just take it apart and show ourselves what we do know. And then let's put the other parts in and see how they fit in with it. And when it all clicked together, it was very satisfying. And it was super, super extra satisfying because it had all been wiggling around so much at first. That's kind of what is going on with desires and beliefs. They're moving around. Your desires are in the process of getting clearer, and your beliefs are in the process of getting clearer. So when you say that you want to yourself or teach someone else how to relax into it, there are two things that have to be identified and then isolated and then calibrated to. You have to identify what you want. Well, that takes some living of life, doesn't it? And a really good way of knowing what you want is to notice what's giving you negative emotion. Because when you feel negative emotion, what you want is vividly clear. You're just looking in opposition to it. So once you identify what it is that you want, and then isolate it by talking about why you want the rain, rather than on what's so awful about not having the rain, now things are not wiggling around so much. Now you know what you want, and you're a better vibrational match to it. And then you can relax. The argument that people give us, and they've given it to us over all of the decades that Esther's been translating for us, the confusion and argument that they give is this. Do you want us to be specific about what we want? Or do you want us to be relaxed and general about it? Because you tell us both things. And we say we want you to do both things, but we want you to know when you're doing what and why you're doing it. If you're focused upon a desire and it feels good to you, then the more specific that you get, the faster the energy moves and the more exhilarating it's going to be when it manifests and the more fun ride you're going to have along the way. But if you've got a strong desire and equally strong opposing belief, doubt, now you're in a big tug of war. But no worries, because in that tug of war, you're clarifying what you do want. So what most people are doing, their desires are getting stronger and stronger every day, but they're not keeping up with their belief. One side of the equation is being tended to. Step one, ask. Life causes you to ask. Step two is being tended to. Source is taking note of every single amendment you make, everything that you're asking for. But step three is the part that's tricky, because step three is you've got to put yourself in the receptive mode of what you're asking for. So most people are having a hard time. They don't know whether they should goose up their desires or whether they should become more general, be more specific or more general. And we say, be more aware of how you feel. And when you don't feel good, back off. And when you do feel good, step in. When you don't feel good, back off from it. Don't try to think your way through it. Don't try to think your way into this creation. The creation is being created by the combination of the creator of you who is choosing and the larger part of you, the creator who is knowing your worthiness and your value. You just got to find your place in that.
Yes, that's exactly what happened.
So relaxing, if you relax every time, you really miss the fun of being in on the momentum, and you might not be right there to witness this unfolding and this unfolding. You want to relax when there's tension. And you want to step into it when there's exhilaration. That's the definition that we think you're looking for. As a coach, relax when there's tension and step into it when there's anything that feels like it's calling you. And then it will sort itself out, because your inner being will not let you down. Your inner being knows precisely what you want and where it is, and what the path of most allowance for you to get to it is.